1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Oh,
9.
I remember this.
Oh,
Wait,
it took
we're
him
gonna
till
keep going
9
until I cut you
Eliteari.
off? Oh my god.
I thought
I
you
didn't
were
even
in on
remember.
it,
Was that
and
in the
you...
video?
Yes, in the beginning of our previous Great Chapter Man Chainsaw Man review, as you know it to be, I said, how long would it take you to interrupt me, Eliteari?
Yep, well, 9 seconds ago.
9 seconds, just like 9 people survived the Battle of Shinganshi, just like there were 9 Titans, just like there were 9 wrenches on the tree in the first chapter, which, and just like when Eren appeared for the first time on page 9 of chapter 1, and just when it ended in some number that somehow meant 9 if you stretched it, actually I think it meant 13. Oh my god, I love Attack on Titan, Alita. You remember my video?
It's like there's 9 letters in chainsaw.
1, 2, 3,
Anyway.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters,
Sorry, exclamation mark.
Alita.
Chainsaw exclamation mark.
Oh. What about Attack on Titan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, we're already over.
Alright.
Na 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 na. Chainsaw Man. That's our other intro, EliteAri. Now this EliteAri is Chainsaw Man chapter 166, Rain Brothel Removal by Tatsumi Fujimoto. Translation Amanda. Lettering Sabrina, EliteAri. You don't have to,
Sabrina Heath.
Doing the bit here, you know. Now this is one of those Chainsaw Man chapters where it's just like 3 things. They do that sometimes.
You mean the title? Yeah, true. Yep.
Jesus, if there was
So what
3
do they all
things
mean?
in
Let's see.
Okay.
Number 1, rain, because it's raining. Number 2, brothel, because there's a brothel. Number 3, removal, because they're going to chop the pecker off or whatever they say at the end. There we go.
We'll get to the Pecker discourse at the end, EliteAri. Anyway, EliteAri, what are your overall thoughts on this chapter? Just kidding, EliteAri. We don't do overall thoughts here. What a good chapter, huh?
You get me every time. My god. No, this was actually one of the... I'd give this if last week was like a 4 out of 5, this would be like a 2 or a 3 out of 5. It was fine. I don't know.
How much is this because I called it the greatest chapter ever?
I don't even... Did you say that? I don't remember.
Yeah, I said in the Discord.
Tweet that out.
But certainly better than last week's chapter. Last week's chapter sucked.
Why don't you remind us? What was last week?
It ended with them wanting to go to a brothel, and then they were on a train, and then Isa was very sad, and then they were talking about food all
right. Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, I like that.
This one was
this
about...
one had like a funny joke.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
What was the funny joke?
You want me to just spoil it right now? Like when Denji's talking about how, it's like physically, like scientifically or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's so amazing. What a joke.
Legendary callback. Yep. Obviously, the funny part was Isa thinking sex is gross because she's a girl, and that's how girls be, EliteAri.
Right. See, I don't know where you stand on all this. When I was reading this, I'm like, oh my god, obviously, because of how, how Kyle talks in our last discussion, how he talks in Mushoku Tensei, he's going to think Fujimoto is a disgusting Japanese freak who is thinking that women all think that sex is gross or whatever.
No, EliteAri,
this wrapped around his decided it's actually very good and perfect.
No, it's very different. All of our Japanese sexism we've been speaking about recently. Tatsumi Fujimoto, it's Tatsuki, EliteAri. Tatsumi is a wrestler, and I was doing it as a bit for a long time, but now it's just brain rot, etc., etc. Anyway, he's a smart young man, EliteAri. He has potential to overcome the sexism boundaries of his corrupted nation.
All right.
I read Fire Punch. I know these things. Anyway, no characters get to have sex in Chainsaw Man, EliteAri. This is understood. We're going to talk about that later, EliteAri. Well, it is on the first page. We could just talk about it now. Anyway, the first page, EliteAri, Denji's looking over dramatically because we're going to a brothel. And then Katana Man here owns a brothel. That's crazy. And he can go and get a happy ending there. But then Isa says, gross, could you not? That's the last thing on Denji's mind right now. Right? And then she does a dramatic turn, but Denji's got a look of horniness on his face, EliteAri. He is indeed thinking about it. This is crazy.
Yep. It's fantastic. And also has the black eyes. It's always great when we see her with the black eyes instead of the nice blue eyes that she has other times.
What does that mean?
Like, I don't know, sometimes she has like her eyes are like shaded in black. I don't know how to describe what the effect is, but it's really good when Fujimoto draws it that way. And and then when she gets like the blue eyes when she's being more of like an actual character or whatever.
Oh my god! On like the next page, she's got like not blacked in eyes, EliteAri. You're telling the truth.
Yeah.
Never noticed that in my life. What does that mean? He just got lazy and the art fell off, like Miller the Killer says all the time.
No, because I think it looks better when she has the black eyes, but I think it's for using it for effect.
Dramatic effect.
There we go. Something like that. Yeah, I don't know what the effect is. I for me, it's like in this chapter, she's like when she's angry or whatever, she's got the black eyes. It's like the same eyes she had when she was taking that mirror selfie or whatever. I don't know. I'm sure there's some analysis. What could it be? Maybe it's like when she's filtering her emotions through her expected like role or whatever.
Yeah, like thinking sex is gross.
No idea. Maybe.
No, she's doing that the next time, and she's got the eyes.
It could be it could be a lack of connection or something. Like maybe her eyes are like glazed over or black when she's not really connecting with someone else. Whereas like here, when she's like bringing up Naita, her eyes are like they're clear or whatever. It could just be a lighting thing. Maybe when she's looking toward the sun, it's like black, and when she's not, it's like I don't know. I have no idea, but it's cool nonetheless.
Well, I have no inputs or conclusions on such matters. But EliteAri, do you think the climax of this climax is Isa being horny for Denji at some point? It's got to be, right?
I don't even. Where would you get that from?
Well,
Wait,
because
for the
she's
eyes
always
or for
like,
the-
sex
just
is
in
gross,
general?
bitch, shut up. And then one
Okay.
time it's going to be really funny when she turns it on him, when she puts it on him, EliteAri.
Mhm.
That's my prediction, EliteAri. That's 100% what's happening.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I could see that happening, I guess. I don't see any strong thing where it's like, oh, this is obviously where the narrative's
This
going,
is
but
this
it's
is
quite
where
possible.
Fujimoto surpasses his culture, EliteAri. Is Isa, they build this all up. Isa and Denji have sexual relations, EliteAri. You know, it's the big build up. It's what everybody sees. Oh my god, our favorite Chainsaw Man chapter couple gets together. And instead, Denji is pussy whipped because he's a little pussy, EliteAri. And then Isa comes away from it saying she wants to fuck 100 guys. And then, it's me, me. Remember that bit?
Very clever. Yeah. So
That'd be
for
great.
anyone who doesn't understand, that is a Yamada's first time reference. Kyle was singing the OP to that show.
I gotta
The premise
rewatch
of that
it
show
soon,
is that
EliteAri.
a young girl called Yamada wants to sleep with 100 men before
True.
before school's over or something. What's the premise?
I think, yeah, before high school's finished. She's got like
Yeah.
2 years, EliteAri. And Yamada's first time succumbs to its culture because she doesn't fuck anybody in that show except for her one boring boyfriend. So Yamada's first time, horribly sexist. Written by a woman, but internalized misogyny, EliteAri. You thought you had me there, but you didn't. Anyway, Isa's gonna sex on Denji and then break his heart. Oh, that would be so great, EliteAri. I like it the
Yeah,
other
it would
way
be,
around too. If Denji just, I wanted to say puff pass, EliteAri, but that's weed. That's marijuana, EliteAri, not sex. Tap and gap, is that the phrase I was looking for?
I've never
Who
heard
knows?
that. Okay.
Hit and run, EliteAri, that's one.
Right.
Remember when Kobeni and Power hit and ran with that car that one time? That was the funniest shit I ever saw.
Yep. Good gag.
Kobeni's car is my favorite Chainsaw Man character.
Mhm.
Chapter 2. I'm sure there was a chapter titled it. There actually might have been, EliteAri. You think I'm right?
No, I don't think you're right, but it's not impossible.
So
most things you
Denji's
say.
deep in contemplation here about getting pulled off at a brothel house, and then Isa does what she does all chapter, and she starts logisticizing it. You know, when you logic something. Don't you need to look for Nayater? You need to eat and get your energy for the search, don't you? And then Denji's making faces all chapter leader. His hands over his face. Now that he mentions it, I haven't masturbated at all lately. What a terrible word, EliteAri.
Which one?
Masturbed.
True, it's too long. I agree.
Do you think it's our accent, EliteAri?
No, I think it's just a bloated
Because he would
word
just say
that could be
wanked it if
reduced.
he was like a real Australian.
I don't like that word either.
No, I like that one. Because I say jerk off all the time, but for a very, very long time, that was the worst of them to me. That was way too Americanized for me. But then I fell into it. I think if girls say that one, I think that one's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's their softer, gentler voices, EliteAri.
Okay.
Anyway, Denji's freaking out, and then Isa says, excuse me. I wish Isa talked about masturbating a lot more, EliteAri. Ew, did you hear it just now? I don't like it. But true, then we would be destroying the culture, EliteAri, but only Denji's allowed to talk about it, because it's funny for boys, and if girls do it, it's gross. And not only is it gross, it shows bad moral character, because we're in the 16th century, EliteAri. You remember the Crucible. Do I feel depressed because I haven't jerked it in a while? See, that one sounds good. I like that. Could that be part of it? Like physically, scientifically speaking. That's EliteAri's favorite gag right there. I liked it too. I thought it was good. I like it. It's much better because of the repetition, but yeah.
Well, it is, because it's... I also think it's great because it's like... Denji just clearly doesn't... Like, he knows these things. Like, he knows that, oh my god, like, for instance,
he's trying to talk himself into it.
It's like depression is a brain thing, right? Obviously, like, I can't be depressed because of, like, causes. It's like my brain now is thinking about masturbation. It's great.
Yeah, well, he already said the word. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And also, it makes you more depressed after you jerk off. And he knows this, EliteAri, and he's trying to lie to himself, and he thinks he's going to feel better afterwards. But he's not going to jerk it, EliteAri. Some girl's going to jerk it for him.
Yeah, I guess in this situation, yeah, true. At least that's what he thinks.
Yeah, sadly, doesn't happen. But anyway, Isa's doing girl look where she's like, what? And then she says, what the hell? And then she starts freaking out. Now, EliteAri, what do you know how we always say nothing's ever happened in Chainsaw Man? Part 2 at least.
I don't say that, but you say that.
You know how everybody says that? Everybody with a brain at least? Because we've been here before.
I don't think so.
Backed into a corner, had to make a choice. Oh my god, EliteAri, that was an epic wrestling reference. You wouldn't understand. But anyway, we've been here before.
What does that mean? What do you mean?
Well, we have already had this conversation between these two idiots before. It's a little bit expanded here, but we've had the same dynamic.
About jerking off? What are you
talking
about?
Yeah, about how sex is gross. Remember when Chainsaw Man is holding on to Isa when the falling devil is throwing him away? And he's like,
oh, yes. Yeah.
I gotta, because I love sex. And she says, like, ew, yuck. And then they have a little talk about it. So I don't know. We're treading the same ground
in the most high-level sense, we are treading the same ground. Yes, well done. I guess also, you know, isn't it crazy how we had, like, what, 3 fights in, like, that one arc of Chainsaw Man, last part 1? Crazy. They just repeated the idea of fighting. Isn't that crazy, Kyle?
That sounds terrible to me, EliteAri. You're making a lot of sense. We shouldn't be retreading ground. We should have one fight and then be over forever. This sounds great, EliteAri. Oh my god, he thought he won one just now, but he forgot who he was talking about. Won. Just like the giant.
Yep,
anyway, we're all worried about you and trying to save you. She said I, but then she said we. How can you think about sex right now? It's the same thing as getting hungry or sleepy. That's how it is for guys, right, dudes? And then what the fuck are these idiots doing? They should have nodded or something. That would have been funny. But they're just like, I'm traumatized because I'm a boring character in Chainsaw Man Part 2. That's what they said.
Okay.
Remember when I thought they had cool
like chess
hats?
Pieces, don't they?
But it's just, what do you say, chess pieces?
Yeah, like they look like the top of their hat blends in with their hair, and they look like the queen or something in chess.
If you say so,
it's a
EliteAri.
niche reference. You wouldn't get it. That's all right. I'm sure everyone out there is agreeing with me. But
so what's happening beneath them here on these panels?
We're seeing it through the window of the trains. That's like part of the train. Wait, are they still on the train? Yeah, they are.
Yes, they're still on a train, EliteAri.
All right.
I'm trying to seize what you season.
Like the outside of the train is metal or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I kind of get it. And the page would be the border of the train?
Yeah. It's like a cool way of playing.
Almost clever, but I don't quite see it properly. But anyway, moving on. You despicable, shameless pig. Wait, there should be one more word in there, but there isn't. There's just a lot of, when you put the little dash. Aren't you worried about Nayata? Of course I am. It's just physically. It's better to take care of my sex drive first for, like, science reasons. EliteAri's cackling over there. He loves it.
Yep.
And then we arrive, EliteAri, hard cut, and it's our image with you laughing at poor Katana Man, who is not me, EliteAri. because his little condom girl factory here is broken. What does it say at the? Oh, it says shower
Private
massages
rooms.
at the top. I didn't see that one. I saw private rooms, but shower massages. But he's very upset about this, Lear. He has a shocked face.
Yeah.
So Kobeni's little gay boyfriend over here, who's her brother.
You mean it?
Yeah. They can be both,
Somebody shares their
EliteAri.
last name.
Then Chainsaw Man would be cool. Also, EliteAri, hold on. Well, he's like covering his dick here, EliteAri. He's hard just at the idea. But anyway, Kobeni wasn't here, EliteAri. That's a great topic of discussion for us.
Indeed, everything was building up. Kyle predicted it, and then he read a Reddit comment that also confirmed his belief.
That second
and then we
part's
read
irrelevant.
A million more Reddit comments that all made the same joke. And then on Twitter the other day, I kept seeing fan art of like Kobeni that is going to show up in the manga, and oh my god! But everyone was wrong.
Yeah, it just got destroyed. Kind of makes sense. We've been seeing destruction all the way up until this point. So even the cool places, like the brothels, have been destroyed.
Wait, didn't we have like a bet, or was that in Mushoku Tensei? I don't remember. We had this like crazy bet, but I don't remember what it was. You didn't want to take it. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Obviously you didn't want to take it. I do remember it, but I also don't remember which location it was.
Okay,
what
whatever.
would we have bet on? Because we wouldn't have bet on Kobeni.
We couldn't have bet on
We
Mushoku
should
Tensei,
do bets, EliteAri. This will be fun. Like, we should bet on whether or not Ice and Denji are going to end up together or something that we have a disagreement on. We could totally bet on this time travel thing, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'd do it definitely. The time
What are
travel
you
is gonna
gonna
be a concept
bet?
in this part? I would say that time travel is definitely going to be introduced as a concept in part 2, without a doubt.
See,
Yeah.
I feel like 50% maybe because of the one time where the Chainsaw Man did the fucking the thing when he was in through the window of time or whatever, and it clearly is like doing the I've seen that in time travel stories before, EliteAri. That similar scene. I remember a Ninja Turtles in episode just like it. So that's the only evidence. EliteAri thinks Yoshida and something.
Wait. What are you even talking about? What window of time? I don't even know what
Well,
you're
you
saying.
see, when we were fighting the Falling Devil or something, we saw a Chainsaw Man through a little door or something, and he said something.
Oh, yes.
Right. That's the.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess,
the clone Chainsaw Man guy. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
But,
something like that. Which is just Denji from the future, obviously.
Well, it could be, or Naito, but yeah, sure. I get the
You'd think that if we were doing time travel shit, there would have been more hints. Like, it would have been like
no,
the
I don't think
Hermione,
so.
like, coincidence. How did you get here so fast?
No, I think it makes it. I think it depends, because I think the more that there are hints, but they're so unbelievably subtle, the next time you read through, it'll be even more impressive. So I think the incredibly subtle
Perhaps.
hints are what's going to be important.
Now, EliteAri,
Maybe things that people haven't even noticed yet. You know, like maybe subtle things that are only understandable if you speak Japanese, or I don't know, crazy stuff.
I just realized something about betting, EliteAri. A foundational philosophical belief I've just uncovered about myself and my narcissism.
Alright.
I just realized I don't give a fuck about this time travel bet because it's not me guessing something right. So my enthusiasm for it is not very good. So if EliteAri's right, it would be funny. We would all come here and laugh because everybody's been calling him stupid. And I, sometimes call him stupid, sometimes I laugh along. But it would be funny for you to make fun of Miller the Killer or something. But EliteAri, I want Shirahoshi to be a what do you call that? An isekai girl. That's a great moment in history, EliteAri, right there. So we have to make bets about me. Or the best bets will be ones where we are direct opposite. Because I'm not against this time travel plot. I think it would be funny or cool or whatever. But we need to find something that the high stakes, EliteAri, where one of us dies at the end, but not from the other one killing them, from killing themselves out of embarrassment.
We'll brainstorm for next.
Yeah, so we got to brainstorm. We can think about Mushoku Tensei ones too, except no, we can't, because EliteAri read the spoilers. It's only fair that I should be allowed to do the same, But betting will incorporate it, EliteAri. Our Chainsaw Man chapter reviews have grown very much. At one time, it was just a podcast about our lives, and that was a great era. But now we've incorporated the great Reddit threads. Sometimes we watch Chiba Reviews videos. EliteAri, I have the video up. We can watch it at the end. But we're just getting more dynamic. This is the evolution. This is This is why they're so popular at the moment, EliteAri. All of our Chainsaw Man chapter reviews getting so many views.
Mm-hmm.
This is Sideburns brothel ? And then Isa goes, "Ha! It totally burned down." And then it starts raining EliteAri. Now this was a classic gag because obviously rain happens in movies. A very cliche, corny movie would have rain cue at a sad moment, and it happens now for Denji because he didn't get his dick sucked by some lady in the shower. So that's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
It's also great. I like Asa's face there when she's like, and now it's raining. Fantastic. Great. It's like so like I don't even know how to say it. It's like I could imagine some character in some like comedy movie, not even like some romantic movie looking like that. Just I don't know. Great.
Yes, I understand. I also recognize that it's familiarity. It says pitter pitter for the pitter patter rather for the rain here. That's crazy. Let's just get something to eat. I don't even care what anymore. And then it's raining and stuff, and Denji drops to his knees, EliteAri. Like me when I see Makima. Woof woof. That's really funny. I like those jokes on Twitter, EliteAri. I just wanted to do one, okay? And then she says, "What? Why can't I keep my priorities straight? My pets died. Confirmed, EliteAri. What?" I don't know.
Well, that's what he thinks.
See, even that one doesn't make me excited to bet on. Nayata's missing. If EliteAri thought Nayata was dead, that would be maybe funny. And I'm trying to go to a brothel. I was like, what is this? Shut up, Denji, you little pussy. And then they're all looking at him. I want to be Chainsaw Man for the praise and acknowledgement, ? Exclamation mark. What a load of baloney, he says. Actually, he said crap.
He says crap.
All right, EliteAri. Nice to see that you're reading along with me. The truth is, all I really wanted was for the ladies to be all over me so I could have tons of sex. 2 exclamation points. Now, EliteAri, this is a direct callback to last time you did this, except it's not in front of a TV with Kobeni. It's in front of a rain.
Yes, it is. Good job.
What a callback. I recognized it. I always thinking with my dick. He said, I'm EliteAri. I was checking to see if you could correct me, but you gave up. And then Kobeni's little gay boyfriend, says, "Ah, it's not funny," he yells. "It's my dick's fault. I can't fight it. It ruins everything around me. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it." Starts punching air, EliteAri, but it's water. H2O and stuff.
Yep.
That has hydrogen and oxygen in it, right?
Yes.
How does that make water? That don't make any sense.
Okay.
I don't know anything about chemicals or particles or whatever that is. Gases? What's that?
Yeah, crazy. I don't know.
No, EliteAri, you do know, and I want you to tell me.
A gas? It's like...
No, I know what a gas is. It's actually a liquid, EliteAri. That bit was a gag. But what do you call... elements? What's the periodic table full of?
Yeah, elements. Yeah.
Elements. Those are elements.
Is a compound. Yeah.
Compound? Is that 2 elements together?
It's like multiple elements, kind of. I guess I don't know if it could be isotopes too. I have no idea. I'm not a chemist. Okay?
Isotopes. I remember that.
Don't
I feel like in my grade 9 science class they said what are isotopes, and I probably got a C- on that test because I bullshitted. But that was pretty cool.
Your molecules, right? I guess H2O.
Molecules. Yes, that's. See, these are all things that Spider-Man probably taught me when I was a little boy. Spider-Man 90 show, EliteAri. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I stopped listening in school in grade 9, if you guys hadn't noticed. No, before that, because I was just speaking of grade 9, and I wasn't listening then. I know the periodic table, EliteAri. There's hydrogen and helium. That's at the top, and they both start with H, right? One's on each side.
Okay.
And then there's, like, gold. That's one. And then you're like, why is that on there? That's weird. And then there's magnesium.
This is great, Kyle. I feel like you should be able to name 10 more, but let's not do
Is
this.
silver one of them? That would be stupid. There's no way silver's one of them.
Well done.
Well, is like tin and shit one of them?
Yeah, well done.
Oh my god, it's just the shit
You
that I
just name
learned
a
from
bunch of
Game of
medals.
Thrones videos and history class. That's not cool. I listened in history class. History class was cool, not shitty science class. We got tin and it's not
Oh
steel.
my God.
Bronze, is bronze one of them? No, because tin
I don't
makes
know,
bronze,
actually.
right?
I don't think so.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
Didn't you go to school or something, Alita? You're a scientist.
Well, all right, bronze is ringing no bells, but I mean, it's like 150 elements or whatever. Maybe I'm forgetting it, but
I feel like there's
I don't think
151,
that's
and it's
there.
just like Pokemon.
I don't know, or whatever. We keep adding to them, give us another few thousand years, maybe there'll be 200.
Anyway, I'm not so smart. H2O, who knows? I need to watch more Dr. Stone, frankly. Anyway, Denji's on the ground. Ice is looking at him. Then Yoru comes out. Your Pecker's the problem, question mark, she says. Now, Alita, we've had much discourse about language regarding jerking off, and also regarding peni, or penises for short. Yours is pretty short, Alita. But
I'm curious
anyway,
what the original. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yes. Yeah,
yes, what was the original? We had a wiener. We hate wiener, Alita. That's terrible. Dick is okay. Cock is bad. We don't like that one.
Penis is too clinical.
Penis is too clinical. Peni is pretty funny, but that's what my mother used to say, so it weirds me out. Then we've got
Yeah.
worm. That's pretty funny. You know, when you're like pissing
Wait, you say
outside,
dick?
when you're like 3 or something, and your aunt looks over and she says, "If you keep being like that, some bird's gonna come and steal that little worm." Ever have that happen,
Yep.
Alita?
Johnson.
Johnson's okay. That's a little funny.
Classic.
Yep. Pecker is pretty funny too, Illyri. That's where I was going with this. Pecker's okay.
Yep.
There's gotta be
Especially
more.
with the alliteration. Your Pecker's the problem? Question mark.
Yes,
great.
that's pretty
You love
good
it.
too. There's got to be other ones.
It also coming out of Yoru. It makes sense. I couldn't imagine us as saying that, but it makes sense through Yoru. I don't know why.
Perhaps. That's another.
You know, no,
P
actually,
word.
you know what it is? I think the word pecker kind of feels like a more old school kind of word. And the fact that it's coming
Yes.
from a devil that's really old or whatever compared to us who's like a modern teenager, it kind of feels like pecker's more appropriate for that older Yoru or whatever.
I can't think of a single other synonym for the penis, Illyri. Bell end is your balls, right?
Yeah, we talked about this.
As the British say. We didn't talk about this. We've never retread ground here, Illyri. We're not Chainsaw Man Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
We got to think of one more before we move on, Illyri. Genitalia. That's not exclusive to penis, Illyri, you idiot.
Yeah.
Male
Male
genitalia.
genitalia.
Oh, that's a little transphobic, I think. So we're still at the drawing board.
What's like the genetic the chromosomes or whatever for men? Is it XY or whatever? No, it's X. Yeah, it is XY.
XY is
genitalia.
correct.
There you go. All right.
Okay, I give up anyway. Then I'll cut it up for you. Come with me. And then Denji looks over.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty funny.
Funny.
I
Do you think
think
she actually will?
I think she might try, and Denji might be, yes, I should go along with this, and then there'll be a funny scene where he defends his penis.
Yeah, that would be good. This is an interesting. Oh, actually, firstly, let me say, when I was reading through this, I love to read through all the official, what is it, Shonen Jump website thing.
I wouldn't
It's
know.
great, and I love it. And I always support the original material. It's fantastic. We love it. But however, when I
I
got to the
stand with the
second
best
last
guy
page,
ever. Anyway, continue.
I went to the second last page, pressed the button to go to the next page, and it was blank, and there was no ending to this chapter. The final page wasn't there, and I was like, God damn it, this is what I get for supporting.
Then you
the
tabbed
official release.
over and you put MAGAS.
Yeah, I would never. I would never do that. But I mean, if I had to, if there was no last page in a manga and I had to, then I guess I would. But I would never,
Oh, later he's admitting that he did. That's the gag here. That's
I
funny.
did not. I would never say that. Anyway, crazy. Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say yeah. So the last page wasn't there, but also this is an interesting way to end it, right? Because like, is it a gag? Like, obviously it's so absurd that obviously it's a gag. But like, why would you end the chapter on this? Like, where's this leading us? Why is this the final page? Is it purely just like a joke? I don't know. I guess this is all these overall thoughts of why it's like a 2 or a 3, I guess, rather than like higher than it usually is. I just don't like. It feels like a strange endpoint for such a chapter, because obviously this is a character chapter for Denji, right? Like he's reflecting on his desires and stuff, which is like what a lot of this like recent stuff has been.
Yeah,
about.
he's like.
And now it's kind of like this is a big change, right? Like this whole time, like since part 1. I mean, it's had a few changes, yes, but the big thing has been like sex and wanting people to like him and stuff. And now he's like oh, this is actually a bad element to me. I don't want this. And he's actually being unironically critical of himself, which is something we haven't seen until this point.
Yeah, I thought it was lame. I didn't like that part, but he did it, so that's...
Yeah. I liked it. I didn't like it that much, but I liked it a little bit. It was interesting. But it ended on a joke like this. Is there more to this, I wonder? Which maybe there will be. But no.
I think initially he'll be like, that's a good idea, or I think I should do it, and then it'll come to nut cutting time, and he'll say, no, I don't want to, and then they'll have a little fight or something, or maybe this is how their fight happens, EliteAri, and it's funny because it's surrounded the protection of one's penis. And that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I could tolerate a fight like that.
And he is a Chainsaw Man. He would just regrow it, right? Like, even if they did fight and, like, it chopped off or whatever, it'd just come back.
Does he regenerate? I don't know.
Surely.
Did his arms ever get cut off or something?
Well, yeah, remember they're like, 27. No, it couldn't have been. Now that I think about it, it couldn't be, because they actually had all those parts in a box. Maybe he doesn't regenerate. But he has to.
Wait, yeah, weren't they cutting off his arm and saying, oh, yeah, this is the 27th time we've cut off his arm, bro.
So then why did they have him in boxes? It must have been like they split his arm into 27 parts. Or something.
Because maybe if you separate it, it can't go back to... I don't know. I don't care about regeneration, EliteAri.
I'm sure Miller can explain this to us. Go ahead. If you're listening right now, Miller, please tell us either why Fujimoto was terrible and inconsistent and part 2 was actually really bad and part 1 was consistent, or tell us what the actual answer is, okay? And anyone else out there, if you get the comment before Miller does, then you're better than Miller, so please.
True. But I hate consistency. And also, what if this is all set up, EliteAri, for disgusting cultural imperialism from the Japanese regarding female gender roles? Because Denji now is going through his thingy that he must be monogamous and must marry his one girlfriend and stop thinking with his penis. Do you think that's where this is going? It's disgusting.
So what's wrong with monogamy?
Everything, I think.
How is there anything wrong with it? It's just one of many options that are all equally
it's
okay,
very
right?
selfish, EliteAri. You ever think about that?
Monogamy. Don't you think it's more selfish to be in an open relationship where one other person who is like really loving you and they're like, oh my god, I love you so much, let's have a one-sided open relationship, and then the other person is like not like that or whatever? I don't know anything about religion.
Why does it have to be one-sided, EliteAri? My goodness, he's just
well,
straw-manning my position.
Say, I thought your position was that we should do everything except for monogamy, but maybe your position is something.
No, I'm just saying it's reinforcing the same destructive beliefs. True. Anyway, there was other things that I was going to bring up regarding this disgusting sexism I'm seeing, but I forgot them in the thingies. Oh, EliteAri, we're going to discuss how this is not part of that, because Aisha's thingy is very good, how she's disgusted by sex, EliteAri. Because it's not about sex, it's about male sexuality. Because these women, they just don't be understanding it, EliteAri. You understand?
Okay, no.
None of them do.
My initial, when you said that, I was like, no, this isn't about gender that much, because this is purely about us as like innocence or like not really knowing much about it or having any experience. Obviously, that's the case. But then
this
also
is how every girl thinks, EliteAri.
Where Denji brings up that you guys understand or whatever. He's like looking at the two guys and they also don't really understand. So
that's because they're little
gender
cocks.
has a little bit to do with it. Well, yeah, but they're also men, and the thing is commenting on, like, the chapter is commenting on men. Right? Surely this is like against your argument, isn't it? You're saying, I don't even know your argument. What are we even arguing about?
I don't even know your argument, EliteAri. Sounds stupid to me.
My argument is very simple, that the majority of the thematic stuff going on here has to do more with Asa as a character devoid of her gender. I don't think the gender comes into it much. However, I was also saying it comes into it a little bit because Denji does bring up the other two men in the situation when he's talking about masturbation. So it comes up a little bit.
That is weird, the one thing you're bringing in. But I'm going to choose to ignore that.
Are not supporting your argument because they're like, they don't really care about it. So they are also, in your worldview, the women in this situation because they don't care about it, apparently. So that kind of undermines your point about...
No, that's just a weird scene with weird little things underneath that don't make any sense. It's actually incomplete, and they were nodding. Now, this... there's no way Isa, if she was a boy, would ever go on this monologue. There's no way a male character has ever done this monologue.
Well, isn't the big meme about Asa how she's an incel, right? I don't know. It hasn't really explored that much, except for the one time she tried to date Denji and it all blew up in her face or whatever. But if there was a male incel character in this situation, I could imagine it being a kind of similar, I guess.
No, wouldn't they
Maybe
say
not
the exact opposite?
nuances.
Like, yeah, we just want to fuck and they won't give it to us, and now I'm gonna kill myself.
No, I could imagine it being like, it's okay, maybe not an incel, but someone who is very, maybe they're like a delusional incel or something, like a very delusional one who's like disgusted by the idea of casual sex or something, where it's like the person you need to have sex with has to be someone you're in love with, and oh my god, it's disgusting how you're talking
State
about women and
mandated
masturbation
girlfriends,
and
the whole
brothels and
thing.
stuff like
Pretty
that.
cool.
I could imagine a character like that being a man. Like, I don't think it has to, in traditional Japanese society, even then, it could probably still be a man, right?
Well, EliteAri, let's ignore all that and backtrack because I figured it out.
Okay.
So,
All
EliteAri,
right, go ahead.
Denji here. Denji is our boy. He's a little commentary. He's the most relatable character in history, EliteAri. We all love Denji. And
Well,
he's
besides
very...
Asa, but yeah.
Asa sucks. We hate her and she's a girl. All intertwined there. Anyway, EliteAri, Denji, he's our boy. And this is a criticism of Chainsaw Man. Make sure you, because I just figured this out, EliteAri, so make sure you remind me when I'm lost in a second that that's what this is. So our boy Denji here, he's very funny. He's very sort of not visceral. He's very what do you call it? His impulses are what he stands by, EliteAri. And Denji is not the most traditional protagonist because sometimes the conclusion with Denji sometimes seems to be selfishness is good. And I think this is reflected in the internal drive of general people, where it's sort of Fujimoto, he's had these what do you call it, emotions before, but he's thought through it a bit, and he's realized that maybe we should be moral and stuff, but intuitively we just want to be selfish, and that's kind of funny, huh? We actually do want to have sex with everybody, EliteAri. We do want to be famous and stuff just so the bitches love us. We do just want to we'll never be happy because we just want more and more and more. All these things are very wellly explored by our boy Denji. I love the way it's portrayed because in another manga it would be handled very seriously, but Chainsaw Man takes the funniness in it and highlights it, EliteAri. How great. That's what's happening here because, you know, you might be having horny thoughts in a serious situation sometimes, and if you're 100% honest with yourself and you're like, do I really want to go and do this thing and be helpful to the people I like, or could I come right now? You're probably going to end up helping them out, but a bit of you, just like our boy Denji, wants to come right now. I like it when I say it like that later. It's pretty funny. Now, you're supposed to remind me that this is a criticism of Chainsaw Man. The problem is, EliteAri, is there's not a lot of other characters like Denji in Chainsaw Man. I see this as a brilliant, Denji is a brilliant descriptive commentary on the mindset of us, EliteAri. Not of Asa, of us. He's a genius, he's great. But I think a problem might be, and this goes back to our little not nodding boys over here, is that no other character in Chainsaw Man is really like this. Can you think of one? Power's selfish, but there's not really a sexuality element to it. And Aki's not like this, and I'm forgetting any other Chainsaw Man character. They're all... I guess it's a very juvenile way of thinking, I guess. Which is maybe that's being embodied in Denji, and we're all supposed to outgrow it. But EliteAri, I'm just a young man. I'm like 18 or something. I haven't outgrown it yet, so that's why I think it's so descriptively great. But EliteAri, then you go to Isamitica. So that was my criticism, EliteAri. But I just figured out another thing. Isamitica. We start off with Isamitica here, and she's... Wait. Yeah, I am saying it the way I should say it. I always got to remember if you've brainwashed me into saying it your way, EliteAri, but I haven't. Isamitica, very funny, relatable character. Chainsaw Man's audience, especially the manga audience before this anime came out, not one woman to be seen anywhere. But we all still liked Isa and found her relatable. So that's pretty cool. Now, she was very bitter, EliteAri. That's another thing we all are. We're all very bitter about everything, especially me, EliteAri. And so Isa's being funny and being like, this fucking dumb chicken, he sucks. And even though everybody else likes him, I don't like him because I'm cool. That's literally me, EliteAri. And she can't get a boyfriend just like me, EliteAri. And I don't know, what else does she got? She's weird and she's got a split personality just like me, EliteAri. Anyway, so Isa was always very relatable. But then when Denji's reintroduced, it's funny to show these little gender differences by her being like, gross, stop talking about sex like that. But it's not about sex, EliteAri. This was our original point. It's about male sexuality and how out of control it is and how irresponsible and stupid it makes men, and women are just sick of it, EliteAri. This is what causes all their lives to be ruined when their boyfriends cheat on them because they just can't control themselves, and all the boyfriends feel bad afterwards and they start punching the rainy ground like Denji does here and says, why did I think with my dick? But guess what, EliteAri? This isn't him. We don't learn in Chainsaw Man. There is no character development. Denji's not going to get over this. He's going to feel sad now because it's a bad outcome. And next time he's going to be like, yeah, chop my dick off. But then he's going to stop him. And he ain't going to learn for this. And he's going to get Naya back somehow. And he's going to be fucking bitches. So this is about the immovable, gendered clash, EliteAri, between women being sick of men ruining everything by thinking about their penises. That all made sense, right?
At some point, I was like, oh my god, Kyle's making a really good point. And then I realized that I don't think so. I don't know.
Isn't that how it always is, EliteAri?
No, sometimes you make a very good point, and it actually is a very good point. This one I'm not so sure about, because I understand everything you're saying about Denji. The descriptive stuff about wanting to have sex and be loved and all that. Also the stuff about him maybe outgrowing it or realizing that it's causing harm or whatever, with him, you know, reflecting now in this chapter and smashing the ground. The one element I don't understand is the female perspective of this being negative. Asa brings it up like very briefly in this chapter, and I guess I just don't see what she's saying through. I just don't see it through a female lens. I see it through an Asa lens entirely.
I feel like It's just like I feel like I've
also,
seen this situation a million times before, where it's like guys are around in a circle and you're in your little friend group and you're talking about fat titties and the porn videos that you like and shit, and there's always just a girl there like, these fucking men, I'm sick of them. Just like Isa is in this chapter.
Well, I think this would perfectly support your point if at the end of the chapter, instead of Yoru, the devil, saying he's gonna, oh, let's just chop it off, why are you wasting time with this nonsense? If it was Asa, but no, it's Yoru doing this, so I just feel like it doesn't come together at the end to be like, oh, okay. So Asa's like against it.
Well, I feel like Asa's probably not going to chop
Asa
his penis off no matter what, and that's just sort of a drastic Yoru action.
Yeah, but like to have some resolution like that.
Oh my god,
like,
EliteAri!
Tired of it.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Remember my point from earlier, where Asa's going to be horny? She's going to stop Yoru from chopping it off because she wants Denji's cock, bro.
I don't see that happening.
That would be great.
I mean, I could see her stopping it, obviously, if this is the thing next chapter, but not because she wants sex. It could be like a little gag, I guess, maybe.
It's been a thou dost protest too much situation the whole time, EliteAri. She actually loves the sex talk because she wants to sex him.
I could see there being a reveal where Asa actually does like this talk if we get like an internal perspective for her. I don't think it would be about Denji specifically.
I've kind of been talking about this. Asa should be a whore thing the whole chapter, huh? Let's do it, EliteAri. What are we doing?
I just don't see it. Asa at this moment,
because you're indoctrinated,
like
EliteAri. Asa needs to be a perfect little virgin princess because you're
Oh
disgusting.
my god. Asa is the normal person who just saw Denji go through a very traumatic thing where his entire family and basically daughter slash sister slash pets slash everything are all dead. He was chopped up into a million pieces, and now he's like kind of having a mental breakdown. And Asa throughout all this is like, sorry, it was like 27 pieces or whatever, or 7 boxes. And Asa's like, what the hell are you doing, buddy? That's what I see here, Kyle. Okay, I don't see much about.
She's a bit more emotional than that. I think it's also.
Right,
I think that female frustration that I'm talking about, EliteAri, that when the girl in the friend group and the thing I just said, and Asa here, what it is ultimately is a frustration that they want you to be better, EliteAri, and not be a gross male pig. And they will see it in you sometimes, like Asa sees in Denji when she admires him a little bit and has a little bit of a crush. But then it is always brought down cripplingly by male sexuality, because they're going to cheat on you, because you're going to fall in love with them, and then they're going to cheat on you and stuff.
I don't even.
Stunned silence because of my victory right now.
I don't even know what you just said. So I'm sure it's something about male and female and gender, and I don't know. I'm sure it's something, Kyle. Well done.
The audience all agrees with me, EliteAri.
They probably do. You've at least made a coherent point where you almost convinced me, so I'm sure there's probably a lot of people in the audience who are like, yep.
I gotta write
I'll
out
spin
2
facts
things,
here right now.
EliteAri. Well, 3 things. We gotta write out the appeal of Chainsaw Man. We still gotta do that one. Then we gotta write out this Japanese sexism thing, because oh my god, is it my greatest point
That's.
ever? And
I
then
don't. You need to be. Oh god. You're not gonna. Whatever. Anyway, I don't know. I have a lot of issues with whenever you've brought up sexism in anything we've talked about. I feel like there's a lot of. I don't know. There could be a lot of issues.
EliteAri's just not bread shoe pilled like me. And there was a third thing I gotta write out, EliteAri. But what could it be?
The appeal of Chainsaw Man.
No, that was number 1. EliteAri, pay attention.
Sorry. I don't know.
This is why I need Adderall, EliteAri, so I would remember things.
Or a notepad to write stuff down.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. Anyway, I forgot where I was and what I was saying, and I think that's it, EliteAri. And not by it, we haven't done our Reddit threads yet, but anything else to say about this chapter before we delve into the grand world of Reddit?
No. This was like a very mid to less.
Nah, this chapter was sick. I loved it.
I don't know much to say. Yeah. I guess one other thing that I've thought of when you were going through the discussion. Firstly, in my notepad here, I did write down descriptive versus prescriptive before you even mentioned descriptive stuff, so I was going to bring that up. But then you brought it up, so I can't bring it up now.
Wait, what does that mean? What is descriptive versus prescriptive?
Well, you were talking about how, oh my god, Chainsaw Man is all about, like, saying how actually this stuff, sex does matter and all the other nonsense is bad or whatever. Do you remember that, what you were saying? Like,
yes.
saving a person is less important and sometimes sex is better or whatever. And I thought you were going to lead to a point about how, like, Fujimoto was telling us that it's okay to be selfish or whatever. And I was like, no, I don't think Chainsaw Man is being prescriptive in any way. I think it's purely
yes, I do agree with
that.
Just,
yeah, and then you got to that point. And then the next point I was going to bring up is that maybe that is also, maybe I'm just completely wrong when I say that, because this is the issue with reading a manga week to week, where I'm like, I am certain that I've probably been very inconsistent with the stuff I'm saying. Maybe a few chapters ago, I was purely on the prescriptive side, where I'm like, obviously Chainsaw Man is being prescriptive. But now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, obviously Chainsaw Man is being descriptive. That's just like a weekly thing. Like, I just can't keep track of all this stuff. So much going on every week. So much stuff to be consistent on. I don't keep track of anything. I barely write notes for this series, all right? Because it's just week to week, and Kyle's doing most of the talking anyway.
Yeah, I'm just talking, you know. Anyway, what's going to happen one day, it's going to be great, EliteAri. One day we're going to show up for one of these chapter reviews. You're going to be a little unsuspecting little lamb, as you are. And I'm going to come back and say, EliteAri, I've just reread the last 70 chapters of Chainsaw Man. I have all the solutions, and your mind's going to be blown.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
That's been a thought in my mind for a long time, EliteAri. But me telling you now is confirmation that I ain't doing that goddamn shit. Imagine that. It'd be in one of the two break ones. But my god, reading 70 chapters again. Some of them I've already read twice before. Oh, my goodness.
The problem isn't you reading it again. The problem is that there's no way you'd be able to keep your mouth shut about reading it again. You tweet it, you talk about it on stream.
Oh, I would realize something and then start laughing and then message you something cryptic and then immediately explain it because I got to.
Yep.
Anyway, EliteAri, we're switching. Oh my god, stream starting soon. That's what we're shifting towards. All right. We're on the Chainsaw Man subject. Why isn't there no Chainsaw Retard subreddit, EliteAri? I'm a Redditor now, guys, in case you haven't noticed.
Chainsaw no brain cells or whatever?
Check the Kyle Entertainment VOD channel for my latest stream entitled I Become a Redditor live on stream. It was a great day. But I love Reddit. And I particularly love this new subreddit I've learnt of called Attack on Retards. What a great name, EliteAri.
Shingeki no Brain Cells.
Shingeki no Brain Cells. They've what do you call it? Redesigned? What do you call that? Rebranded.
It's the weirdest thing where technically if you want to go to the subreddit you still have to type in the old name, but no, officially they've changed it. It's on the sidebar, it says something else. Funny.
They just knew that they had a 2-timer with that great naming scheme and 2 great names. How could you just use one of them, EliteAri? Yeah, but anyway, where it seems to be a weirdly positive, mean subreddit, so that's really funny. Whereas we have all these folk subreddits. Oh my god, EliteAri, I should be streaming to you right now.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hey, chat, take this Attack on Titan animated tree, pussy. Anyway. Now I gotta click on the call. Then I gotta click on general. Then I gotta click on share my screen. Then I gotta share my screen by clicking on screens. Then I gotta click this stream, and I accidentally clicked the wrong thing, EliteAri, so that delayed it by about 1.5 seconds. But, you know... Oh, I gotta take this off the screen, EliteAri. We love trees and animations. You did that. That's crazy. Chainsaw Man Folk is what I'm talking about here. It sucks and I hate it. It's not as cool as Chainsaw Retards would be, so let's get that started. Actually, I don't want anything to do with it if it starts. So start it independent of my pleas. Anyway, EliteAri, let's take a guess here.
It's going to be majority 4. No, majority 5.
Majority 5. We should keep...
I saw a lot of people on Twitter say that this is one of the greatest chapters. It's so good, so people love it.
See, EliteAri, before I even saw the chapter, Minty probably complained about it, or Miller or somebody nearly complained about it. And then I also saw this great Chibi Reviews title, Chainsaw Man is upsetting the community and filtering readers from the manga. And I assume this was a very negative video about how Chainsaw Man isn't listening to the fans, EliteAri, because, you know, Chibi Reviews, he's on the wrong side of history in Gamergate too, just like Tyrone Magnus. And what's Tyrone Magnus always talking about, EliteAri? He's always talking about how Marvel and Star Wars just keep ignoring the fans, because the fans know what they want and they should listen to the fans. So I thought this was a similar video coming from that perspective, but it turns out I'm pretty sure this is a glazing video, EliteAri. So maybe people do like this chapter. Because I did go into I went into this chapter with an overcorrecting mindset, expecting it to be terrible, and I was going to say it was good. And then I started reading it, and I was like, but this is actually good. What's going on here? And then I guess now that makes sense, but also I want to now say it's bad.
So which of these 5 numbers would you vote for?
I gave it a 4, EliteAri. Can't you see the tick?
Oh, that was like a real vote? Okay,
yeah.
Cool. All right.
What do you think? There's no show results. Very bad, 100. That's pretty good. 186 to be as a matter of fact, EliteAri. Now it got ratioed here. Look at this.
Imagine if we got 186 views on this video. That'd be sick.
We need 4K.8 views. New. Next week break. Oh my god, EliteAri, it's the opportunity of a lifetime to reread the whole manga. Yeah. Remember when this had something to do with upcoming Death Devil and how there was a terrorist? Oh no, this is a negative one, EliteAri, about how Chainsaw Man's lost its way in the Fire Devil and we were doing things. Anyway, back to Denji's cock arc. I love cocks. Anyway, the 4th, EliteAri, that's a long time away. It'll be June then. The year will be half over. Does that make you want to kill yourself?
Good.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
Why not?
Because there's plenty of opportunities
Fish in the sea, EliteAri.
Fantastic thing. Yes.
Oh my god, that's the same thing. Bro's not even in the same panel. They noticed it too,
EliteAri.
Yeah,
he's distinct from the rest of the men of the world. See? They're the normal men. Denji's the
No,
absurd
that
man
can't be it. There's some sort of other hidden meaning here. I refuse. I love it when Fujimoto incorporates the paneling itself into the story. Oh my god, I watched that media... what was that Ocean's video, EliteAri, that I made you watch? Form as content. I love it when we do that. Guys distance himself so hard from... Ew. They broke the 4th wall? No, that's crazy. Dude, don't throw us with you. I hate this. Literally my reaction to this chapter... Everybody likes Kahanda Man, EliteAri. How come they don't all like me then, since we're the same according to you?
I don't know. Maybe they will.
Denji no penis arc incoming. Oh my god, this is great, EliteAri. I just figured out what they're doing. So you know how you can cut Denji's penis off and it'll still, like, they can just reattach it later. Maybe they'll cut it off for a short period of time and then he'll, like, be smarter or something. Oh my god, if he becomes this, like, when they put the glasses on, this is... Chainsaw Man's not that good anymore, but if they wanted to do that, that would be great. If Denji just becomes a super high IQ warrior and he's, like, the best boyfriend ever. Oh, that would be so funny as a metaphor for all of the sexism stuff. If he becomes the best boyfriend ever, but they can't have sex, and then Isa gets really mad because she wants to be penetrated, EliteAri, but to do that he has to put the penis on, and that makes him a moron again. This is great, and it's sort of the push and pull. Oh my god, how about women's suffrage, EliteAri, and the struggles they must go through to deal with us men. And Isa's fucking conclusion better be to become a lesbian, EliteAri. Now that would be sick. And then she's gonna date Reese. Oh, she's gonna come back. Oh my god, EliteAri. She meets penisless Denji and says, I hate this little pussy. He ain't even got no cock. And then she fights Isa. Yoru steals the penis back and reattaches it to Denji.
That would be something, Kyle. Well done.
This is genius. Fujimoto is a goddamn genius. But last time we thought we were going to get to fuck Kobeni, and we didn't get to. So, anyway. No, we are going to have the shared sensory arc in the upcoming chapters. Is that like a Jujutsu Kaisen reference or something?
Probably. I have no idea, but almost certainly.
It's not funny. Oh, Dan moment where all the villains come for the chain cock. Oh, I remember chapter 1 that kind of happened in that EliteAri. You remember Dan?
Right.
Bro, what is even going on anymore? Skull.
Mm-hmm.
That was your reaction to this chapter. Oh my god. And your same soy point, EliteAri, that you're always saying about how I'm sure this will be good if you read it all together. I would never say such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Next chapter, Denji penis sword. Now that would be another great gag.
There's no way, but that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think Shonen Jump Plus allows penile imagery.
Yeah.
Unless it's Goku and he's a baby. Just like me, for real, for real. I've never said that in my life. Kobeni fans breathe a sigh of relief. See, this is part of it. This is the audience for that Japanese sexism, EliteAri. They didn't want Kobeni to be a prostitute because then they wouldn't like her anymore because then she wouldn't be their nice little virgin waifu.
No, they wouldn't like it. No, Kyle. They would be sad for her because she didn't want to be working in a brothel, which is why she was working for
No,
public
they
safety.
don't think
So
about
since she ended
her
up
needs,
at one, that would be
EliteAri.
very
It's all
sad.
about their needs. Have you been missing the whole point of Chainsaw Man? Selfishness. She's under the rubble. I thought about making that gag at some point, EliteAri, but then I thought better of myself because I'm not a Redditor. Puchita Enjoyer. This man is never getting a name. Are we talking about Katana Man? Oh, it's because he called him Sideburns. I guess we don't have a name for this idiot. What if his name is Kyle Entertainment, EliteAri, next chapter? Now that would be crazy. Oh, I was going to search controversial. Death, devil, brothel, gay since... Oh, that would have been funny if Denji showed up and it was a gay brothel. That's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at this one. Bro got possessed by the horny devil. You know what I said to that, EliteAri?
What?
Lamau. No, the brothel. No, Benny.
Mm-hmm.
What the scallop? What does that mean?
It's a reference to what the Sigma?
That's not a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have TikTok. Jesus, I predicted it on accident. Oh, because it's like the Yugi meme.
That's great. God, Redditors are so funny when they get a lot of walkthroughs.
Shut up. Everybody wants to see Kobeni, but no one's prepared for the castrated man arc. What did the other one call it? How come Chainsaw Man is funnier than Chainsaw Man folk?
I don't know.
Did they just say Denji no penis arc? I don't like... Oh my god, it's like the penis meme, EliteAri, but it's a chainsaw instead.
Mm-hmm.
Babe, it's 4 p.m. Time for your dick flattening. Yes, honey. Yoru and Denji next chapter trust. I'm sick of this, EliteAri. This is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Controversial. Chainsaw Man really lost the... Hold on, EliteAri. We're going to predict everything I'm going to say. Chainsaw Man really lost the plot.
Everyone loves this chapter.
No, they don't.
Positive. No, it'll be all negative things. Yeah, I guess it'd have to be, right?
Chainsaw Man really lost the plot. Kobeni. We've seen this before. All things I wouldn't say. I would never say that either.
It's like me. Oh my god.
Yoru chop his pecker off. This manga is becoming a parody of itself. What the fuck is this shit? True.
Mm-hmm.
Lamau, this is so ass. Well, these aren't even fun. Fujimoto clearly has no idea what the fuck he's doing. Ha ha ha. True.
This is great. These are like little Millers here. This is great.
True.
I love it.
True.
Little army of Millers.
Time for me to forgive Gage because holy shit, Chainsaw Man chapters have been pure diarrhea. Who's Gage? What does he write?
Jujutsu Kaisen author.
Yeah, because he fell off EliteAri. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yet another Fuji completely outplayed our expectations by changing the way the manga does completely different than we... It's mostly shit when he does that. Okay. That was a minty comment right there. I'm so tired of getting my hopes up every week just for the new chapter to once again be total dog shit. I'm no longer sure if Fujimoto has a plan and he's just stringing events together. Not my author. I really hope for something big to come, true, EliteAri. Chainsaw Man Part 2 is really feeling like a parody of Chainsaw Man Part 1. That's what I'm always saying. Nothing ever happened.
I definitely see that. Well, that it is. Unironically, I know you bring it up with treading old ground, whatever, and you're saying it's a joke because you're not that dumb. But the real point is that obviously Part 2 is mirroring a lot of the higher level arcs, right? Like we talked about it, like the Eternity Devil, like blah blah blah. It's like a bunch of like overlap.
Wasn't that just because a bunch of devils showed up again?
What do you mean? Oh, I guess because they die and they come back. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'm saying this doesn't have some great little meme to it. I need a video essay explaining all the little parallels and what they mean, EliteAri. But nobody makes good videos. I should be the one? No, you should be the one. All right, let's watch the first 30 seconds of this Chibi Reviews video because my laptop is going flat and there's no way we're ever going to watch a full video.
The fact that this is a real manga panel that released today in Chainsaw Man chapter 166 and then followed up with these panels in the exact same chapter, what a wild time to be a Chainsaw Man fan. Now, all day today, I have seen...
Is this really uncharacteristic for Chainsaw Man, EliteAri?
Not even a little bit. I don't even know what he's talking about.
But it's pretty wild, EliteAri. Well, let's hear him out instead of you interrupting him. My goodness.
Chapter. People saying that Denji is circling back around to his old habits and doing things that he did in part 1.
Did Denji develop in some time period that I forgot about, EliteAri? Because I've seen this like 3 times too.
Well, he has a sister, or like a daughter or whatever.
He still wanted to fuck when he had a sister.
Yeah, but he was like looking after her. He's never had that before.
He reverted like
point
Jamie
this out that
Lannister.
it's literally like the TV thing when he's like bowing down to the TV.
Yeah.
It's like the same pose and everything. Oh, I don't know if you mentioned that. Okay, cool.
Chainsaw Man, basically saying that he has effectively gotten no character development. This is the discourse I have seen all day today. And I want to take a few moments to really just honestly
Oh my god, these fucking morons and their shitty character development, EliteAri. They should all kill themselves, right?
Absolutely not. I don't condone that.
Aren't you the one always getting mad at show don't tell? And everybody just saying that 3 times fast because they're fucking idiots.
I was not condoning the killing self thing. I agree with you that like character development is like a
I'm sorry, EliteAri wants to be civil about this. My apologies. Yeah. But what is it? It's show don't tell, character development, and there's a plot related one. And it's just morons saying shit that they heard on YouTube 10 years ago in a bad video, and they don't even understand it the way the bad video presented it. They just vaguely remember it as character development when character change, character development equal good. What's the third one, EliteAri?
I think it's a separate thing where it's like character development falls into the give a penny, take a penny or whatever, where it's like you can have too many stories that do good character development that, oh my god, we're getting another story with character development, how great and boring. Now these people, I don't think they really see that, and they're like, oh my god, because the majority of stories probably don't have much character development. It's like
there's nothing good about character development. I don't give a fuck if this moron changes.
I thought you like Fanase, right, in Berserk?
Yeah, but that's because she's cool, EliteAri, not because she develops.
Is that really why?
Yes.
You don't care about her story? Like, so if you remove her from the context of like being from the church or whatever, and then
well, that was the cool stuff when she fingered herself, EliteAri. That was sick.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm just misunderstanding your Fantasy love. I don't know. I think character development's really interesting.
EliteAri, do you have to watch your Mikasa video? I like funnies because I like funnies.
When it comes to stories, I enjoy being able to see a character's journey. You know,
no, I hate it. I'm sick of it. That means nothing.
So it's very cool to see a character who is someone that we don't like, and then they grow to be someone that we do like, and we understand all the steps along the way, and it's a very fun thing to watch. However, if we see that too many times, then we want the opposite. We want a character that is really, really good, and then he like.
I want somebody that's entertaining. How about that?
You know.
Maybe their change can be entertaining, but it's not entertaining because it's change, EliteAri. I want character development stands dead.
True. I think in general, though, character development is generally a good thing. But we can have too much of it, which is really boring. And when I say too much, I don't mean in one story. I mean across all the stories that we all consume in popular media.
Now, I want to point out that old Chibi Reviews here is not who we want dead. He is attacking these disgusting creeps.
Yeah, he's great.
He is on our side. He is on the correct side of history. You know, we love him. Right? Mm-hmm. So I don't want to see I threaten to kill Chibi Reviews anywhere on Twitter. I did not. Okay.
Yep.
We'll analyze this chapter of Chainsaw Man and discuss what Fujimoto is cooking up and if it actually is absolute cinema that we currently have on display. So let's just start with this page.
I love it when people say cinema, EliteAri. Do you like how the Devilman movie, not the Deadpool movie is trying to make that a meme along with Let's Fucking Go? That's pretty cool, EliteAri, where it's like internet memes.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but okay.
Because you don't watch all the TV spots that I watch Tyra and Magnus watch, EliteAri, you idiot.
checking is very important to really just kind of lay the groundwork for what I'm going to talk about, and that is this page and panels following is Denji considering if the reason why he's depressed, the reason why he is sad, the reason why he is acting like he is it because he hasn't had any form of sexual release. That is literally his thought process. And
I love sexual release, EliteAri. We didn't come up with that on our synonyms for jerking off.
True. Yeah.
throughout this entire page, you see him processing this. He's thinking about it. He's hyping himself up about it.
Do you think he's not saying "coming" because it'll get him demonetized? I don't think I got an ad.
No, I think that's fine. I think that's
He's just a civilized young man, unlike me.
Well, he's analyzing the chapter. Yeah, I don't know,
Yes, literally. It's like I always say,
except
your
for-
language matters. You got to cut the jokes out
Oh
if you
my
want to be
God.
taken seriously. I'm no jokes in this
Well, that's
in this
true.
berserk script, right? I'm not making jokes about how Puck is the best. I gotta pace it out. EliteAri, I'm showing Mangasi. We're gonna get best guy ever.
Yeah, you will.
No, that Chainsaw Man doesn't care.
All right.
I'm also going flat, so that's not good. Haha, you don't get to see anymore. Anyway, I want to watch that whole video later that he was building up to something. He was really cooking. We were watching
Well,
cinema
don't
just
forget
now.
to link it in the descriptions of all the people that were.
Oh,
watching
absolutely
can go
not.
watch
They
the
could see
original
the
content.
title. Type it in, you fucking idiots. What, I gotta do everything around here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to steal content, EliteAri. That's not a smart idea.
Genius. Yeah, true.
I am. Anything else to say, EliteAri? We won't be back for 14 whole days.
Ugh.
In those days, we'll have a new
Oh, yeah.
Mushoku Tensei discussion. We'll have a new
Yeah,
Black
maybe.
Lagoon discussion. Maybe
Maybe
two
we'll have- no,
new
no, no,
Black
no, no.
Lagoon discussions.
And more important than all of this, Kyle, who knows? Maybe we'll have a 10-minute version of this discussion on OrdinaryAri.
True!
Which
EliteAri wants to
not.
edit
I don't
this
know.
video, guys, and he wants to put it... And I told him to put it on his channel and see if we can get even more viewers over here. EliteAri, I want it to
Yeah.
happen. I want all your favorite fans to come over here, and they'll all side with you and get mad at me on these videos, too. It'll be so great. What's he
Yeah, we'll
talking
see.
about? Sexism. I love Japan and my virgin waifus. Shut up.
Oh my god. All right.
So that's going to be coming. But also, EliteAri has the right to reserve to not do that at all. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, might not.
Wait,
I
so-
might try and edit it and be like, "There's not 10 usable minutes of footage." In
Oh
this
my
to be
god,
compelling
imagine
to
trying
my
to cut out
audience."
one of those monologues
know.
I did. That would be genius. You should just do all the bits of you talking. That would be funny.
True.
Wouldn't
And I'll
even
put like
make
a click
10
on
minutes.
this link if you want to see the other person I'm talking to right
Yes. No, yeah, if you want to see the EliteAri only cut, that has to happen in like reactors where it's like I cut out every.
True.
No, that sounds like a Destiny audience thing. I cut out every time Destiny spoke on the Scuffed podcast. Those are actual YouTube videos, EliteAri. Anyway,
now. And they're the best, yeah.
true. Anyway, 14 days away, but there will be 2 Black Lagoon videos out before then, right, EliteAri?
Almost certainly, yeah.
Really? I'm not so sure. You know,
Wait, how
it's like
many are the Roberta things? How long?
5 episodes of 35-minute
yeah,
length.
2 weeks, easily. Yeah,
35-minute length.
it's fine.
I'm scared, EliteAri. Maybe I will get bored. Anyway, the next Black Lagoon one should be out in like 2 days or something. Maybe less. So look forward to that.
Was that the end?
No, I was just going to wait for you to say something,
Oh.
EliteAri. Am I going to wait for you to
support
say
links in
thanks
the
again?
description.
Oh, no. Oh, my God,
Wait.
EliteAri, you say the first part.
Wait, which part?
The first part. The part
Alright.
that I say and make you say the other part.
Support links in the description.
Thanks!
Jesus Christ.